The echo in the empty house. The worst part wasn't the sudden silence, it was the echo. Liam stood in the middle of his living room, the space that had once vibrated with Anya's laughter and the clatter of her clumsy attempts at baking. Now it was just a high-ceilinged cage for the memory of it. Their love hadn't ended with a bang, but a slow, agonizing fade, like a distant star finally blinking out. She hadn't fallen out of love. She had simply realized she couldn't fly on the path he was stuck on. "It's not you, it's the future we see," she'd whispered. A worn-out cliché that still managed to carve a new line of pain into his chest. For weeks, Liam had been living in a fog, a sleepwalker in his own life. The world was too bright, too loud, too real for a man whose reality had just shattered. He'd catch himself reaching for his phone to text her about something mundane. A funny dog he saw, a perfect sunset, only to have the familiar weight of loss crash over him. Each time it felt like his ribs were cracking anew, the shards of his broken heart pressing against his lungs, making it hard to draw a clean breath. He tried to keep busy. He ran till his legs burned, worked until his eyes blurred, but the pain was a persistent shadow, always looming just behind his peripheral vision. At night, it became a heavy blanket. He'd lie awake, staring at the empty space beside him, and all the what-ifs and should-haves would parade through his mind like ghosts. One evening, he found an old sweater of hers tucked away in a drawer. It smelled faintly of her sandalwood perfume and the clean, crisp air of a memory. He pressed it to his face, and a wave of pure, bone-deep sorrow washed over him. It wasn't just the loss of the person. It was the loss of the future. The shared jokes, the quiet mornings, the comfortable certainty of having his home in her arms. He didn't cry in a dramatic, movie-like fashion. It was a quieter, more profound grief. A single hot tear traced a path down his cheek as he realized that the pain wasn't going to disappear quickly. It would stay, not as a fresh wound, but as a deep, healed scar, a permanent part of the foundation of his heart. And in that moment of surrender, a tiny, fragile seed of strength took root. He knew he couldn't stop the echo, but maybe, just maybe, he could learn to listen to it without shattering. Subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for new love and breakup stories.